Hello everyone, welcome to Lukman IAS. Today we are going to have the Hindu analysis of 31st October 2020. So let us see which are the important articles in today's The Hindu newspaper. Yes, for mains purpose and for prelims purpose, these are the important articles. Let us see one by one. First article on page number 6, editorial page, Science of Monsoons. Yes, so context of the article is that there is some kind of changing rainfall pattern that we are observing in recent years, and the impact of that changing rainfall on, we can say that let's say new kind of phenomenon that we are observing in recent time, that is urban floods. And therefore monsoon forecasting and the models involved in that, the advancement in those models is very much important or having very much significance to, let's say, have or manage such kind of disasters. Okay, so yes, this is what the article is talking about, especially taking the case or we can say in the next article itself we are going to discuss that part also, like urban floods. Okay, so but here it is talking about the changing rainfall pattern and importance of monsoon prediction. Okay, so yes, in initial part it is giving some data, important data that we can directly use. Southwest monsoon 2020 has officially drawn to an end with an Indian IMD declaring withdrawal of associated winds and rainfall pattern from India on 28th October. Now ideally the withdrawing of southwest monsoon takes place on 15th October, and we can say that the few days ahead or behind, but now we can see the delayed monsoon withdrawal. So yes, this is the changing nature of southwest monsoon that we are observing in recent times. Over 8% surplus this year has surpassed IMD's estimations. For first time since 2010, India got more than 100% of its long period average of 88 centimeter in consecutive years. So last year also we had a 110% of long period average, the highest in quarter century. And this year also we had 8% surplus this year of this PLA. Okay, while it could mean that more rain, it also implies floods, overflowing dams, landslides and loss of lives. Okay, basically it is talking about the floods and subsequent disasters. So moreover, the surplus rains are not evenly distributed in time and space. So yes, basically every year the rainfall is surplus in particular region, and that region is changing next year. At the same time, the rainfall distribution over the 4 months of this southwest monsoon, that is also varying every year. Okay, so that's why time and space. Therefore, much like there are attempts to improve the flood forecast warning, especially short term ones, there ought to be commensurate efforts by authorities and infrastructure agencies to prepare for environmental and ecological impact of excess rains. Okay, so simultaneously, already we know that there is flood forecasting system in place, but simultaneously our agencies or authorities should be focusing on preparing for such kind of impact of excess rain. This year IMD undertook long due revision of onset and withdrawal dates of monsoon in India. So this is the new development this year, that the onset and withdrawal dates of monsoon has been changed. They have shifted 1 week ahead. Okay, so by this reckoning the monsoon's normal withdrawal date was 15th October. However, this year the withdrawal has been extremely delayed. ठीक है, तो ये जो है 15th अक्टूबर को होना चाहिए था, वो और डिले हो गया है, even after changing that date. Factoring in these changes must become a key part of state and cities' disaster management preparedness. Okay, so what we can do here, the southwest monsoon withdrawal also heralds in the advent of northeasterly winds that brings in northeast monsoon in the parts of peninsular Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. So this coast is called as Coromandel coast. So Coromandel coast receives the rainfall, more rainfall from northeast monsoon, or we can say the returning monsoon, retreating monsoon, as compared to, we can say, southwest monsoon. Okay, and because of, let's say, unique location of that coast, you can see here. So here this part especially. Now what happens is, in returning monsoon, the wind starts flowing like this. ट्रेड विंड्स, नॉर्थ ईस्ट ट्रेड विंड्स, ठीक है, तो नॉर्थ ईस्ट से जो ओरिजिनेट हो रही है नॉर्थ ईस्ट. नाउ सम ऑफ दीज विंड्स फ्लो ओवर बे ऑफ बंगाल, this is oceanic region, and therefore they carry the moisture with them and give rainfall in this region. This is the Coromandel coast. Okay, so yes, from that we can understand that northwest, if we take the case of northwest monsoon, the winds are like this, right, and therefore what happens is in these winds, these give rainfall completely because of this orographic rainfall in Western Ghats, and therefore they become dry when they reach in the area of Coromandel coast. Okay, and the other branch that directly goes like this to the northeast India over Bay of Bengal, so parallel to this Coromandel coast. So that's why what happens is in southwest monsoon, this area of Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh, some part of Andhra Pradesh, do not receive rainfall from southwest monsoon. This is the basic concept from geography that we have to understand here. The amount of rainfall, the northeast monsoon contributes 10 to 12% of India's annual rainfall against the southwest monsoon of 75 to 80%. तो remaining 10% कहाँ से मिलता है? The remaining 10% we can say that from the western disturbances and other, let's say, local storms or local rainfall, let's say pre monsoon showers जिसको बोलते हैं ना कि mango showers are there, काल बैसाखी, so जो NCERT में आपको mention किया हुआ है, right? So from that, so together they completely have 100% rainfall contribution in India. Okay, yes. Yes, moving on now. Studies show that northeast monsoon rainfall displays significant variation, and climate models are fairly inaccurate in their forecast of this its unfolding over the subcontinent. Okay, so that's why we are not focusing on this understanding this phenomenon, and it is very, let's say, sensitive to climate change also. Fine. So building on this, scientists must also put in more efforts and design research programs that better analyze the vagaries of northeast monsoon also. Okay, along with more understanding of how climate is changing locally, India needs better science to prepare more effective disaster management plans and improve resilience in the warming world. Fine. So yes, this is very much important. Now we can say the forecasting along with the disaster preparedness जिसको बोला जाता है, right? So that is very much important in this respect. Fine. So yes, in coming 2 months we will be let's say having follow up on these news like rainfall on the Coromandel coast region or let's say Tamil Nadu coast because of this northeast monsoon. Fine. Yes. So next article again somehow relevant to that, but yes, specific phenomenon of urban floods. Earlier also one editorial we had discussed about the Hyderabad urban floods in recent times. Now this is in detail analysis of that case along with in general urban floods and how to overcome them, or we can say the how to prepare to tackle such kind of events in urban areas. So this is what the article is talking about, the context of the article. So let us see what is given in this article. Yes, urban floods is not unique to city of Hyderabad, but something that cities across India have been experiencing in recent years. Like for example, Chennai, Mumbai, Gurugram, all these cities have experienced the flooding because of southwest monsoon or torrential rainfall within short time period. Okay, so case of Hyderabad, unprecedented rainfall. The rainfall received in 2020 has been the highest for the month of October in the century in Hyderabad. The floods of October 2020 occurred because of we did not discharge water in time, and when we did discharge the water, we did it in a sudden uncontrolled manner. So this is the main reason we can say that in the Hyderabad flood system, let's say event. Antiquated infrastructure. Hyderabad's century-old drainage system developed in 1920s covered only a small part of core city. In last 20 years, it has grown at least 4 times its original built-up area. The city has had haphazard urbanization process in last 20 years, and because of that, what happened is the area or we can say that the natural drainage systems made up of wetlands, they act as a shock absorber for such kind of torrential rainfall. Now the encroachment over the areas of these wetlands, this has resulted into problem. Okay. Lack of community participation in management of local ecosystem, this has also, we can say, one of the aspect that no effective conservation and protection measures are taken. So way forward, the concept or idea of sponge city it is talking about. Use these words in your answers, essays. Sponge city, what it is talking about? The idea of sponge city is to make cities more permeable, so as to hold and use water which falls upon it. Okay, so sponge cities absorb the rainwater, which is then naturally filtered by the soil and allowed to reach urban aquifers. This allows for extraction of water from the ground through urban and peri-urban wells. Okay, so this can be delivered effectively through urban missions along the lines of Atal Mission for Rejuvenation and Urban Transformation, Amrut, or Natural Heritage City Development and Augmentation Yojana, Hriday, and Smart City Mission. Okay, so this includes different kind of urban ecosystem. Okay, so this is what it is talking about. Wetlands protection is another aspect. Regardless of ownership, public or private, land use on even small scale needs to be regulated by development control over these wetlands. Next aspect is watershed management and emergency drainage plan. So we need to consider natural boundaries such as watershed instead of governance boundaries like electoral wards for shaping a drainage plan. Again, we can say that the geographical aspects are important rather than administrative in disaster management. Ban against terrain alteration. What happened is, because of the construction activities, there has been altering of terrain, natural terrain, and natural terrain has some kind of natural drainage system, and now this drainage route has been altered because of altering terrain. Okay, so this has also affected the, or we can say, drainage system in that region. Use of eco-friendly construction material. Okay, so our cities are becoming increasing impervious to water, not just because of increasing built up, but also because of nature of material used, like hard non-porous construction material that makes soil impervious. Okay, so new porous materials and technologies must be used. For example, bioswales, retention systems, permeable material for roads and pavements, green roofs, harvesting systems in buildings. Okay, in conclusion, we can say that doing so, what these are the let's say way forward, these measures will not just help control recurring floods, but also respond to other fault lines like providing water security, more green spaces, and will make the city resilient and sustainable. Okay, so this on one hand we are tackling with the flood problem, but at the other hand we are also making the problems, giving the solution to other problems like water security, green spaces, and making our cities more resilient and sustainable. Okay, so such kind of question we can expect: analyze the causes of urban floods in India and give innovative measures to make our cities more resilient to it. Now this is the key here, innovative measures. These are the innovative measures like sponge city, or we can say wetland protection, watershed management and emergency drainage plan. Okay, so yes, these should be mentioned in whenever we talk about the innovative suggestions, innovative measures. Fine. So from perspective of geography and environment, we can expect essay on this topic also, urban floods now. Fine. Yes, next, now for complete month there can be news on Malabar exercise, because yes, this is going to take place in two phases. Phase 1 in Bay of Bengal and second in Arabian Sea. Okay, so first phase of Malabar naval exercise with Australia, Japan and US is scheduled to held in next week off Visakhapatnam coast. Okay, so for the first time Australia will be joining this exercise, Malabar exercise, after 2007 when it was included as as one of the country in quadrilateral grouping. The second phase is scheduled to be held in Arabian Sea. Okay, so these details are not important, like which vessel is to be let's say participating from different countries, ये नहीं पूछेंगे आपको, ठीक है? So don't worry about that. But what is important is phase 1 in Bay of Bengal, Visakhapatnam, phase 2 in Arabian Sea. What is Malabar exercise? Background annual exercise between navies of India, Japan and USA. It is held alternatively in Indian and Pacific Ocean. First held in 1992 as bilateral exercise between India and US. It became trilateral exercise after inclusion of Japan in 2015. The last exercise was held in Philippines Sea in 2019, and now it has become quadrilateral exercise. Okay, so in 2020 it has become quadrilateral exercise. Started as bilateral, then became trilateral, and now quadrilateral exercise, naval exercise. Fine. Okay, moving on. Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Goa best governed states report. What is this report? Public Affairs Center has given this report, Public Affairs Index 2020. So yes, this is the not for profit organization based in Bengaluru, headed by former ISRO chief or chairman K. Kasturi Ranjan. Okay, so 4 southern states, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka stood first 4 ranks in the large state category in terms of governance. Okay, so इसका significance क्या है? Either they can ask this in your prelims examination or use as data or facts in GS2 governance part, and those who are having public administration option, they should use this data also. Okay, in small states category, Goa ranked first. In union territory, Chandigarh ranked first. According to PAC, Public Affairs Center, जो organization है NGO, the governance performance is analyzed in the context of sustainable development defined by the 3 pillars: equity, growth and sustainability. These are the 3 pillars on the basis of which the context of sustainable development is measured and performance of these states is calculated by this agency. Okay, so yes, prelims and GS2. Next, practice prelims question. Now they can confuse you in this prelims examination, like index is released by Niti Aayog. So it is released by Public Affairs Center based in Bengaluru, not for profit center. The governance performance in various states is analyzed in the context of sustainable development. This is correct statement, right? And Kerala is adjudged as the best governed state in large state category in 2020. This is correct statement, and first is incorrect. So question is talking about the incorrect statement. So that's why answer is only 1. Fine. Next, yes. This news also becomes important from the perspective of, we can say, mapping, world mapping, जो हम बोलते हैं कि अभी UPSC prelims में बहुत ज़्यादा पूछ रहे हैं, right? So 14 die as earthquake strikes Turkey, Greek islands. So where was the epicenter, or we can say focus here? See here, the Aegean Sea, and these islands are the part of Greece. Okay. So here what happened is undersea earthquake happened, and therefore there was storm surges also. Not tsunami, we can say, tsunami nahi hua, but storm surges, and the water intruded into the coastal cities also. At the same time, shaking of land, because the magnitude was up to 7 on Richter scale. Okay, so we have to let's say understand the area of Aegean Sea and surrounding like Turkey, और यहाँ पे क्या क्या है वो मैपिंग के हिसाब से आपको देखना चाहिए कि अर्थक्वेक वहाँ पे क्यों हुआ, फिजिकल ज्योग्राफी के वजह. Okay, so yes, from this aspect we can say here that African plate is one of major plate that is moving up and let's say subsiding under the lighter Eurasian plate. So African plate being the heavier is subsiding under the Eurasian plate, and there is one Arabian plate. This is, we can say, minor plate like this, you can see here, and then in between that there is Anatolian block or plate, small minor plate, which is we can say having Turkey on it, the major area of Turkey country. Okay, so we can see here the fault lines like this. So Hellenic arc, Florence arc like this. Okay, so this is Cyprus arc like this. Okay, so you can see the position of the recent earthquake that happened is near somewhere like this here. Okay, so this is the earthquake prone zone in Mediterranean arc zone or Mediterranean region, which is also a tectonically active zone because of movement of two major plates, African plates and Eurasian plates. This is what we have to understand here. Okay, at the same time, the location of some seas, for example, you can see here the Sea of Marmara. Now Sea of Marmara is inland sea. This is Sea of Marmara, and this is inland sea located within the boundary of this Turkey. यहाँ पे देखते हैं, you can see here. This is Sea of Marmara. Okay, and this is located completely within the boundary of this Turkey. Fine. And this sea connects Aegean Sea with this Black Sea. Okay, so Aegean Sea, which is nothing but the extension of Mediterranean Sea, and then it connects to this Black Sea through this Marmara Sea. Okay, this basic information that we should know. Various seas, adjoining countries, which important rivers are draining into that sea, ये हमारे prelims के लिए important हो गया है बहुत ज़्यादा. So that's why such kind of prelims question we can expect here after doing mapping. See here, the Sea of Marmara connects Aegean Sea with Black Sea. This is the correct statement. It shares border with Greece and Turkey. So just now we have seen that this is completely inland sea or within the territory of Turkey. Okay, so that's why it is incorrect statement. Answer is 1 only. So in addition, you try to find out a different location जहाँ पे आप ढूंढिए कि where is the location of capital Istanbul, or we can say that what are the different important cities of Turkey. उसका periphery देखिए, Greece का periphery देखिए, because these two countries are always in news in recent times because of the territorial disputes also. Okay, जो sea extension EEZ के ऊपर बहुत ज़्यादा conflict चल रहा था recent times से. So उनका geography अच्छे से पढ़ लीजिए. Fine? Okay. So yes, these were important articles from today's The Hindu newspaper. For further information on editorial discussion classes or ED classes, wherein in-depth analysis of all mains related articles is done by Ansari sir and team, you can contact Lukman IAS. Thank you.